just from my own particular bird's eye view, I'm seeing a correspondence with these big events, possibly, fake news and particular transits. If you go back through my videos, things I've covered about Diddy, I always provide little astrological nuggets. So as I've said before, Neptune and Pisces energy, which Saturn is here right now, is having a major effect on this. So last night when this news broke, this broke under a mutable T-square. The moon is in Pisces, squaring Jupiter and Gemini, and the sun and Mercury, key here, which is retrograde. Gemini is what? Mercury's sign. Sagittarius is what? Jupiter's sign. That's mutual reception. What is Mercury? Mercury, kind of a trickster.
They say the winter brings cold, but gold, I'm a fine. Yeah. Forever in the zone, just me and my lonely mind. I journal time to time, tell my feelings that I got this. Eternal sunshine, my memory remains spotless. Do this for the learners, chase a universal crown. Griots, poets that'll burn this bitch to the ground. Shorty, I ended and I feel sinner. Miss Fat Booty, been a cutie. Friend Judy knew I had to bend her. These bars blazing as I'm stargazing. The more you know, the more you grow. Then eventually they start hating. I elevated the levels they couldn't fathom. The end is the beginning. The Eve is in the atom. Mother just a brother from another space and time. That birth hip hop so I can kill you with the rhyme. Sublime sight vision got me flying off the top rope. Took faith to listen like the second joint for Pop Smoke.
What's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here, back with another episode of Nilo Kicking Knowledge. Today, I'm chiming in on the latest accusations involving Diddy and now Jay-Z, giving you my perspective. So let's get into it. I'm waking up to this just like everyone else. The first thing I'll say is that we here deal with spirituality, which deals with intuition. So I first encourage everyone to just go with your intuitive feeling when you got this news about how you felt, right? When this came out, which was yesterday, under a Pisces moon, which I'm going to elaborate on, how did you feel when you first came across it? Did it feel like, oh, this is the truth? Or did it just seem like a concurrent theme? To give my perspective on this, I got to go back to the beginning of the year. And I recently did a write-up last week that really was me expressing my views on like how the more I evolve, I truly understand the nature of astrology and how to use it. Because astrology is a study of the cycle of the stars and their effects on us. So if you're really paying attention, Neptune in Pisces having a big effect, which ultimately is producing possibly fake news, but it leaves you with the I don't really know. It leaves it up to fate, right? The year starts out with Cat Williams saying what he says and having the biggest interview of the year. I'm not going to lie. In the moment, I was caught in the sauce of thinking that he actually said something because I was going with feeling and emotion. And in that feeling and emotion off of how he was kicking his message, it was like, hell yeah. But just like anybody, when you think about something critically, you go back, look at it with a different set of eyes. You say, what did he actually say? Which he didn't really say much. If anything, we could say spirit was working through him to foreshadow this year of chaos. Because ultimately, that's what it kicked off and what this year has kind of been. It's been very chaotic. We had a presidential election, so much, right? A war. Just from my own particular bird's eye view, I'm seeing a correspondence with these big events, possibly, fake news and particular transits. If you go back through my videos, things I've covered about Diddy, I always provide little astrological nuggets. So as I've said before, Neptune and Pisces energy, which Saturn is here right now, is having a major effect on this. So last night when this news broke, this broke under a mutable T-square. The moon is in Pisces, squaring Jupiter and Gemini, and the sun and Mercury, key here, which is retrograde, in Sagittarius. And so that means the sun, Mercury, opposing Jupiter in Gemini. Gemini is what? Mercury's sign. Sagittarius is what? Jupiter's sign. That's mutual reception. What is Mercury? Mercury, kind of a trickster. Kind of a trickster. And we already established Pisces, illusionary. We just don't know. So, when we put all of this together, these transits continuously line up with these energies. If we go from the Cat Williams interview just to recently with the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight. What full moon? Pisces full moon. So ultimately, you'll have to really, if you're going to provide energy here or be distracted by it, at least see it correctly. So as a spiritual leader, I got to tell you, this is a distraction. It doesn't really matter. It's not that the truth doesn't matter. The truth is up to you to discern how you feel about it and then ultimately let it play out. But as we continue to tell you, you got to be mindful of your energy and what you give it to. I can analyze this situation because I'm in this neutrality. I'm not on either side. I'm just, as I always say, observing, experiencing my own life while observing everything around me. So let's get to the statements and seeing Jay-Z's response. My lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Busby. What he calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir. It had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. These allegations are heinous, and are heinous in nature, that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. This lawyer, who I have done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these type of theatrics. I have no idea how you have come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. Busby, but I promise you, I have seen your kind many times over. I'm more than prepared to deal with your type. You claim to be a Marine. Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor dignity. My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims. Explain to her the cruel and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such this at a young age. It is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and human spirit. My heart and support goes out to true victims in the world who have to watch how their life story is dressed in costume for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit. You have made a terrible error in judgment, thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We have a very strict code and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake physics, will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me, that if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. I look forward to showing you just how different I am. We've all witnessed different scandals throughout the years. And there's always this word that comes about, settlement. And if you really want to discern this situation, we're going to have to wait for the evidence, but how we really understand things, even without the evidence, is a person's willingness to settle. This is where pride, which is so interesting because it can be a deadly sin, but it can also be a wonderful virtue of like passion, and as we coined this year, standing on business, a willingness to not settle. So I really take that away from this first statement from Jay, right? And as it goes out, let's take it. He has all the resources in the world to prolong whatever case or anything that comes about. All right. So if this man I don't see this man settling. But if he does, then we'll have to come back here and unpack. But just think about that. If you were in this situation, knowing your innocence, but you also have a financial leeway where it's like, okay, I could throw money out at this despite whatever the truth may be, comes back to it once again, that beautiful T square. What would you do? Would you stand on business, use all the resources to prove your innocence, or would you just hush? Think about that. That's the biggest thing to take away. Now, other than that, I encourage you to, get back to your own life, do what you need to do, make sure you're improving every day. Your boy is out here just enjoying life, doing what I do. You'll see what I'm up to in a little while. But yeah, you know the vibe. If you need a reading, check out my website. Got the holiday sale going on. We'll be back with some more. Till next time, peace.